Okay. All right, call to order, meeting beginning at 3:30 exactly. Okay. Public comments, no one's here, that's fine. So old business, we'll actually start with C, confirming Lily Day of service plans, and we'll start with you, Earl. So I've been in contact with Katie Reasoner and organizing. They're having volunteers coming in on the town on the 25th. Hopefully, you know about that. You'll see them. And they asked us to come up with projects, and we are working right now with the invasive species co-op, and they've identified a bunch of stuff on the trail. And so we're going to have the volunteers rip out a bunch of honeysuckle and old brush and stuff. So we need trucks for that. Lily can't, I don't know if they could maybe rent it. If you can't provide the trucks, if you don't want to, I could always talk to them about renting trucks for it. But we were hoping the plan would be to have like one or two trucks kind of up on the trail. And then as volunteers are cutting, fill the trucks. And then one truck can go to the burn pile and the other truck can get filled up, and just do that for the event is from 9 to noon. We're just going to really target the North Trail. So I don't know how long this is going to take. And then after that, they break for lunch. So that's it.
But do you really have 100, or is that a guesstimate on
that was
participants?
90 to 100 was their number. And so, that's going to be divided between Angie Moody's doing stuff with some of them at the art center. So.
Oh, she is. How she managed to steal some of them?
Yeah, she was there at the meeting because she knew. I don't know. She knows Katie Reasoner, so she was like, "I would like this, and this done." I was like, "Okay, fine."
Okay, so did I identify these plants with the pink ribbons? Is that what those are?
Yeah, so probably should have told you about that. I didn't know if you guys, how frequently you guys are on the trail, but that is the start of the project. That they killed trees of heaven, that's what they're called, and they tied ribbons around them so that we can remember to come back in the spring and have them cut down. Now with town, it being on town property, I didn't know how cutting down trees on our property work. If that has to be through utilities, you guys, or if we have an arborist on call that works with the
Absolutely
town.
Absolutely not. Okay. Yeah. So as far as cutting things down, you do as you need.
Okay.
You know, the trails are considered parks department.
Do you know how far they go?
Just down to the base.
Down to the base. Yeah. Okay, that's more information than I've gotten in months. So that's helpful.
I'll say a few things to you guys that I think are going to be obvious to you and maybe not. So nothing I say is meant to be disrespectful. So if I say something you think, I don't know about that, it's not meant that. But you guys obviously don't have the ability to cut these things.
No.
I mean, you're fortunate enough to have these volunteers coming in.
Yeah.
If they're not here or when they leave, you're back to you three.
Yep.
Now I know Veronica's doing a lot.
Yep.
But I mean, that's 4.
Yeah.
So I mean, you don't have chainsaws. You don't have the manpower to go in there and haul limbs out.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying to you is, you're very limited on your ability to go down and do these things other than this one day.
Exactly. Yeah.
I recognize that, and we are going to go down there with the bucket truck and the chipper machine that we have, and we're going to cut out the high stuff. Okay. Now that's going to be all the limbs.
Okay.
It's not going to be just invasive. That's going to be all that stuff that's hanging over that ends up falling.
That's fine. Yeah.
But my point to you is this: on your day of the event, you've got a couple different options. One is we do have a dump bed.
Okay.
And I don't know if you're pulling out simple weeds or you're actually cutting things down.
They won't be cut. They're not allowed to use chainsaws, and we won't be cutting down big trees. They can have short hand saws. They're allowed lower than 6 inches. And there's some honeysuckle that is a bush, a shrub bush. So it's a little bit bigger, and some of it will be sawed off, but it'll be mostly leaves and like smaller twig branches, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Okay. So have you ever been back to the brush pile?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So you know that about midway down through there it changes from asphalt to gravel. Okay. All right. So the very last house is the Glow Lackeys.
Okay.
So, and you don't need to write this down, I'm just telling you a story.
Love to know the residents.
That's all right. So from about the bend in that drive where there's still asphalt, we have a lot. The town owns that lot right before you go under the bridge.
Okay.
From that spot right there, all the way back to where it stops being, was all overgrown with your honeysuckle.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the one that cut it all down.
You did.
By myself. I'm very aware of the plants you're after.
You got good. Okay.
And they're not easy to cut down.
No.
I'm telling you right now.
So we will have the co-op people there with us, and they're going to be actually going through and spraying. As the people cut, they'll be the final people coming through and spraying everything.
What are they spraying with?
Glyphosate. I believe it's a glyphosate mix. If you want to be in contact with them, you can. It's a diluted mixture, so they try to not use just like pure Roundup.
Okay,
But-
since I took over, we have done nothing but natural
Natural
herbicides. Ours is a mixture of 30% vinegar, table salt, and dishwash soap.
Okay.
I've heard of that mixture,
It's
honestly.
probably triclopyr.
I have their sheet. Let's see. Because the glyphosate is for the honeysuckle the trees of heaven. That's the only thing that's going to kill them. That's what they were informing me of. The honeysuckle, it also is 2% glyphosate and 1.5% non-ionic surfactant. So that is what they use.
Okay, most glyphosate is about 2% because
Okay.
there's a whole bunch of other mixtures in there.
Yeah.
Now, look, I'm not giving you a hard time, so don't take it this way. You're doing what you can with what you got. So run with what you got. Glyphosate is a carcinogen,
Mm-hmm.
and you're talking about people walking up and down the trail
Yeah.
with kids. I refuse to spray in the park because of that.
Mm,
So
thank you for
regardless,
that.
on the day of your event, the trucks that we have available for you, one is a dump bed.
Okay.
Okay. The other, I guess we could use the old building inspector's truck. It's not a dump bed, so it'd have to be pulled out as opposed to being lifted and just dumped. So you're
The
talking.
dump beds are pretty big though, right?
The dump bed is not huge, but it's what we use.
Yeah.
If it's not going to be limbs and what have you, then there's no use in me hauling the chipper up there
Yeah.
because that's going to be a waste.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you do in between now and that time think that it might be limbs, what I'm saying about the size of your arm,
Yeah.
you know,
I don't think so.
then we
Yeah.
would be grinding them up in the chipper.
Yeah.
So if it's not, we'll just throw them back to dump it. But you're wanting a rotating thing.
Yeah. Well, only because I didn't know what our number of trucks would be, but if dump bed was probably fast and it keeps it easy on you guys. So, because I don't know what their Lily's policy would be on the volunteers going with somebody in the truck bed to then haul it out at the dump pile.
Yeah.
At
So,
least I'd be able to. I mean, I'm definitely able to if we get any more volunteers.
you know,
You
to
can-
volunteer with
They're
them.
showing,
You
we
don't
can
need
even
to.
take care of
You
it.
have one person drive it down. He lifts the dump bed.
That's why I'm like, that
with a
sounds
button.
easiest for everybody. And then you come right back. And so, yeah.
The other thing would obviously be the further you get down the trail, you're not going to be able to have two vehicles up there.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
other- One has to get out while the other's going to be in the way.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
What do you think of like having, I don't know, I know there's the bridge there. What's the road called?
the one that goes under the bridge?
Yeah. Yeah.
Bethel.
And having people just like throw the shrubs over the side and getting it and having people down there loading the dump bed from that
would
angle.
probably be easier just to go along your crew and throw the dump bed as you go
Okay.
along.
So-
And we'll just haul out.
Okay.
Because the only time you'd be able to use that bridge is when you're right in that vicinity.
Okay.
Other than that, you're too far, you're walking on. But
Okay.
anyway, we'll just follow you along.
Okay.
I'll have a driver who will spend the morning with you. You guys throw it in there as you go. And if you start to get ahead of us, just you sit along the trail and have some of your volunteers as we drive up, just
Yeah.
quickly throw it in the back of the truck.
Okay.
So in other words, you don't have to sit there and wait for
Yeah.
us. So realistically, all you really need is one person driving the truck. Now, just another thing for future is the town won't allow anyone but us to drive the vehicles for liability
Yep.
reasons. So I wouldn't be able to loan you a truck anyway, regardless. So hopefully between the two groups, your group, my group, we make a huge difference in between now and the festival.
Hmm.
Because, they have the run up there.
Yeah, that's what Angie, she's like, let's do the North Trail side since the run's there. So it's like, you know what? That's a fair idea. That's good. We'll do that.
Well, don't think that I haven't been down the South Trail. The
Yeah.
South Trail really needs more attention than the
Yes,
North
it
because
does.
it's so overgrown.
And so that's why I didn't know, depending on how fast we'd be on the North Trail, we then shift the whole team down to the South Trail. But I didn't want to add so much
You'll never
to
be able to do it.
everybody's plate.
I
Yeah.
think you're gonna get that. I don't know how far it is, not quite a mile from the
Yeah,
North Trail to that bridge goes over Sugar Creek,
Mhm.
but it's far
it
and you
is.
got both sides with a lot of overgrowth.
So that's why I was like, maybe next year we'll do
I think
South
you'll be
Trail.
lucky to make the bridge. I
Yeah.
hope you do,
Yeah,
but you might be lucky. By the time you pull it, load it, haul it off,
come back.
and people start to get a little tired the
Mm.
farther you get along.
Yep,
they're
you
gonna
work
slow
slower.
down.
Yep.
But anyway, on the 25th, we'll plan on meeting you guys up there. What time do you, I know it's 9 to noon, what time do you actually think you're gonna be up there and start setting up and getting ready?
I'll probably be there at 8:30, 8:45.
8:30-ish?
Because I mean, they run it all. They have the volunteers organized into teams and whatnot. So I'll just be there to essentially introduce, like, oh, this team, here's your dump bed, and here's your drivers, and just kind of be there to make sure people know who is who. I was a good volunteer because I have to clarify with Katie if, since it's a Lily event, if we can technically be like also there pulling things or what that is involved. But I don't think they really care that intensively.
Where are we
We're
meeting?
there. Lions Park.
Okay.
So yeah, that's the meetup point for everyone. Is the Lions Park. People will be parking around there. So yeah, I'll be there probably 8:30. Since the organizers, I think, are going to be there 8:30, and then help with the volunteers, get them into teams, and make sure everybody knows who is who. And then, they'll be having lunch at Stookies.
Oh, is that right?
I think we're all invited to.
Really?
So I can,
might just have to make sure
I can let you know. Katie Reasoner, she's very, I don't know, she seems like she knows everybody. She knew.
Who, Angie?
No, Katie Reasoner, or her last name is Obromsky. Oh, well, she's a Lebanon lass, I guess. So people in Lebanon knew her, and she knew Mr. Stuckey, and I was like, okay. So she seems to know everyone.
So you're thinking that day lunch might be at Stookies?
It will be at
everyone?
It will be, yeah.
So
He was there talking. We had a lunch, a catered lunch, and me and Katie Reasoner and the few other women who are in charge there, and Angie Moody. We were all there on Lily's time and enjoyed a nice little lunch and got to iron out some details about this. So Stookies will be catering. So.
Okay. Well, obviously, we've already made plans. Then we'll be there a little bit before
Sounds
9
good.
o'clock, and we'll go until noon. If anything else changes between now and then, let us know.
Yeah.
You'll notice a difference. I don't know if you've been on the North Trailhead
Yeah.
lately, but we edged all
It
edged
looks
all
good,
out,
yeah.
and I convinced them to let me get some more mulch so we could actually finish off
Yeah.
that area.
What did you say you used for your spray again?
Okay, so it's a form, and I have the formula, the actual
Yeah.
recipe over there. But anyway, it's vinegar, but it's 30%, not your typical 5% you have at your home.
Okay.
A cup of table salt and a tablespoon of dish soap.
Okay.
And let me tell you what, it works instantly.
Yeah, I remember reading about this. The problem with salt is that it destroys most organic growth, and things will not grow back there. So it's like one of those, well, do you want anything to grow or not? So I don't know. I'll email them about it and be like, this is their organization. They run it through Purdue. So I don't know. It's like, you know what you're doing, I guess.
Okay,
I feel like there's
you know
never a
what?
win-win with spraying
It's
because
not.
you're either like,
Not killing it or killing everything.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well, glyphosate will kill everything.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it will kill you too. That's the
Yeah.
that's
Slowly.
the
Thank you.
downside. At least
Slowly.
with vinegar and salt, we'll probably be fine.
Yeah. So
Which, I mean, I care more about us and the volunteers and
yeah, they've been
the
told to like
shrubs.
long sleeves, long pants, gloves. I think Lily's buying gloves for everyone. to
Please
wear,
remind
so.
me of the pattern again. The crew will go through, pull, and somewhere behind them, the
It's
spray
just the last
worker.
part.
Yeah, they are the only people who are allowed to do the spraying. So they will. It's two women, Josephine Locke and I think her name's Linda, and they will be doing the spraying for the honeysuckle.
And glyphosate deactivates in the soil,
Uh-huh.
so it's a very short term.
You'll never be able to convince me of thinking anything positive. Stop right there. Not to be rude.
I did
Um,
study botany in school, but yeah,
Okay.
it is hard to kill that stuff without glyphosate. But it
Okay.
is just it's tough to.
Where'd you go, Purdue?
I went to Purdue, yes.
Of course you did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Purdue. Me too. Did we? I don't think I ever told you that. No, went to Purdue.
I did.
I did
see
biochemistry,
you,
so-
Yeah.
Anyway,
Well,
sorry.
let me tell you this. Don't take it wrong. But Purdue's the type of school that if they ever told you the truth about glyphosate, they pull out all that money from that, all that research.
Oh, I
and
see
they
what
would
you
go
mean.
down to tubes. So
That's probably
I know where
true.
we're headed.
That's probably true.
Don't take it as personal.
You're
no,
fine.
not personal.
So is there a time that they'll come through and spray? Is it afternoon?
No,
or
they're probably gonna do it around the same time.
they'll allow you to get so far ahead. that
Yeah,
it's gonna
and they'll start spraying behind you.
Right.
All
Do
right.
you have
Joe.
anything else for me on the?
No,
on the-
in the spring, so the trees tied and everything, those are the trees of heaven that they've already sprayed. And as long as they don't leaf out again in the spring, they recommend cutting them down at the base so
Okay.
that, they're dead and gone. Is that something that we can contact you guys at the time for? Okay, sounds good. Okay, that is it. That's
Alrighty.
everything. Thank you so
Nice
much,
meeting
Earl.
you guys.
Yeah.
Nice meeting you.
Okay. And then is that updated now? Yeah, so for B, the South Trail overgrowth update. Yeah, it's pretty bad. My husband told me about it when he goes and runs. He's like, I have to duck. So I was like, okay. I told Veronica about it, and she said that they do have some time that they can fit that in and just do the tree limb cutting.
Sure.
There is like side overgrowth, and last month I mentioned the highway, Boone County Highway, using their mower to come through, but I still just hesitate to get them involved because it's mostly honeysuckle. That's all there. So if we cut it down, it's just going to grow back a lot.
Yeah.
So when I talked with the ladies today, they were there on the South Trail spraying the trees of heaven as well again, and they just said leave it for next year and just go through and we'll pull it with the Lily Day of Service. So that's what my plan was.
Is it a yearly day of service?
It is.
Oh, wow.
I did it in 2019
Oh.
and did I do it in 2020? No, I think it was canceled in 2020.
They always do the same trail pretty much.
Oh, I was in Indy when they were doing it, so they do
They do it
stuff.
all over.
They do it all over.
Okay.
Yeah, and since the Lebanon plant's getting built, now they're doing it here. So with Lebanon, my husband was kind of mad because he thought he was going to be in Thorntown doing it, but his team is in Lebanon, so he's going to drive to Lebanon and go be a part of it instead of walking out of his front door. So that was kind of funny. But yeah, they identified a lot of trees of heaven, a lot of honeysuckle.
Yeah.
And
I am
so
a glyphosate show.
yeah, and I was like, I'm pretty sure salt actually like kills all vegetation,
Yeah,
and you'll
forever.
forever. It will never ever grow in your soil
I'm
again.
so uneducated in the entire.
You're
I mean, like
fine.
I feel like I walked into this conversation. You guys all have such insight. I'm like, man, am I supposed to know about this stuff?
Right.
Yeah.
We're the Parks Department. We
I
gotta be all
just-
about.
yeah,
we
I
gotta
mean,
have a
it was
botany degree, right?
very
We gotta
interesting
know about our stuff.
We have really thick soils too.
Yeah,
that,
with all the clay,
that holds on to
with
that
no
stuff.
rain.
Yeah.
I was trying to dig out potatoes from the garden. That was really hard. Yeah. So, yeah, we'll see about South Trail. Hopefully the bikers. I mean, they can still get through. I saw people there.
I
today,
think
so.
it's rustic.
It's
And
rustic.
My
Yeah,
husband
we
bikes
both
that
options.
trail all the time.
Okay, so
Yeah.
that's good. Yeah, and I saw people there today.
My husband and I will do it on the tandem sometimes, and it's fine.
Okay, so as long just the tall
Yeah,
people, like
tandem.
my husband, just get those top branches
Yeah,
off. So that's what I told her,
Yeah.
and then I think the rest we'll just deal with later. I'm not worried about it. And then how was the farmers market? Never texted you about it.
I supervised the heck out of that
You did.
farmer's market.
Did
so.
no
There were like 6 booths or whatever.
more than
Yeah.
other months? That's
And
great.
I
Previous
just
was, like,
introduced
3.
myself and I was like, I'm Haley from the Parks and Recreation and I'm here to supervise. So, and then I set up my little chair in the shade and I
Very
talked
nice.
with one of the ladies who does she had a booth for the fall festival pretty
Okay.
much the whole time. And my husband, he tried to get me to leave the entire time. He's like, Haley, I'm pretty sure that they can supervise themselves. I was like, no, I'm going to supervise.
Good for you.
Incredible.
So yeah, we
Okay.
chilled for a little bit. and then-
Did they look like they got customers? Did people get?
They didn't get a lot of customers.
Okay.
They got some. The people who had the baked goods. They had
Okay.
some baked goods, and I bought stuff. So
Okay,
Were
good.
the milk and alfalfa people there?
the milk and alfalfa people were not there.
Okay, I think that's Frosty Dairy. Yeah, they said they weren't going to make it, but I'm like, I had a friend who texted me, "Is Frosty Dairy going to be there?" I was like, "No, sorry." So I think they got customers for sure out of this whole event. But would we repeat it for next year? No. Yes.
I mean, I don't really know what the traffic is like at the but they did not get a lot of traffic. It seemed like people were really there for
For
the
fish.
fish.
Okay.
Like they got in line immediately, and then as soon as they got their food, they left. So
Okay. So maybe not next year. Because I thought about that too, if we which we can discuss later on, but when we go through and plan the schedule for next year, it would be odd to be like, oh, then randomly in August we're going to be at the fish fry. You might as well just keep everything consistent. But
yeah, you could talk to them and be like, "How is traffic compared
I'll-
to the regular?" But
know.
I would say that attendance was for the farmers market portion was pretty poor. So.
Okay, but hopefully it was at least a little better than what they experienced at the park throughout the whole summer. I guess I don't.
Yeah, and I just don't have that key to compare it
Yeah,
to the other days.
yeah.
So.
Okay. All right, moving on to new business. So, Marilyn let me know that the changing table that was installed this summer is now broken in the women's bathroom. I'm pretty sure was through the Boone County Waste Management.
Mm-hmm.
And we might have some leftover grant money after we purchase the water fountain that we could repurchase a new one. Because I went and looked at it with her and I didn't understand how to fix that.
You think it's repairable at all, or you think
I
it's
don't
just...
think so. So yeah, that was a shame. Besides that, Marilyn, the men's faucet is still broken, and I have hesitated to buy anything because with the budget, to my eyes, and with the math that I did, we will just have enough to pay our employees through the end of the year, and so that's why I was like,
important.
we'll
Yes.
just-
Let's see that.
once October 31st is when our last employee is done. Marilyn will lock up the bathrooms after the Halloween parade,
Okay.
and then we're considered closed for the year. So after that, if we do have funds still available, then we can purchase stuff to then install it for next spring when we
Yes.
open. That was my thought.
Since
Do
we
you
can't
guys
pay
agree
them,
with
put 'em
that?
in.
Yep.
Fair enough.
So then moving.
Potentially, I mean, if we can get a change table, I think we could put it in. Probably the tools. to
Yeah,
install
who
it.
put it in? Do you know who installed it here?
Mm-mm.
Maybe
Yeah,
it
I'm
was
sure it's
Robbie.
not that hard. It's just gonna be some bolts and this.
Yeah, which should already be because it's broken.
Yeah.
Like the thing on the wall is still out there. It's just the table itself got pulled out.
And is it all the way down now?
Yeah. So
Did it look like the hinges are broken, or did it look
I
like they're
don't
just
remember.
pulled out?
I think it was pulled down. More than likely, what happened is somebody was hanging on it and it got pulled down.
Okay.
So if you would like to schedule a time with me and Marilyn, or I have keys to the bathroom
Yeah,
if you want. You don't have keys yet.
I don't have keys yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, if I can just look at it and see if it's fixable, or if we can just like get
Okay.
a replacement part for it.
Well,
'Cause
text
I think
me.
they probably have.
Yeah, text me and we can see if it's fixable. Because that'd be a little easier on us. And then item B. So I said review the contract. We can do that later because it's not going to be signed until next year. I believe last year's was signed in January or February. So we don't have to review it.
Mhm.
However, I did want to talk about when I read through it with just after Marilyn telling me about this being broken, she never concretely, she's like, the pattern of things getting broken were never like always right after a weekend with baseball, although I'm pretty sure they're there every weekend.
Mm.
But I thought about maybe introducing a bathroom renting fee to the contract. I'm pretty sure Robbie told me that contract is the same one they've been using for years. And so reading through it, I can kind of tell that it's never been updated.
Mhm.
And since we've had several things getting broken, it would at least kind of help cover us since we have to, because they have their own bathroom, which I never knew. And they maintain that and take care of it. And they take care of everything during the season. And there isn't a rental fee at all for renting the baseball fields at all or the concession stands at all, even though they're all on park property. And I believe
And
they're
that would
considered park property.
And that kind of funding would be extremely helpful.
Yeah, so I'm like,
Just a little bit of liquid cash.
not even introducing like a whole like field rental fee,
Mhm.
but just a bathroom rental fee because you have your own. You're just asking us to also unlock ours and provide ours, and to just do a fee.
And facilities obviously cost a lot. And
Yeah,
if we
we're running
maintain-
water.
I think that's
We're
really smart.
fixing the broken things. I just don't have a concept of what that should be, what a reasonable thing would be, because obviously introducing changes to contracts can make people unhappy, and especially when you're then asking them to pay more money.
I think even just introducing the need for us saying, hey, we have to repair this thing. This is costing us money that we don't have.
Mhm.
So to offset that,
And it would be like obviously a one-time fee
Mhm.
for the season. I just don't know what it would be, because I would think it would be reasonable. the faucet, I think, is going to be like $100, $200. If we were, the changing table is covered by a grant, so it's not like that comes out of our pocket, but we do pay for the plumber, but that's still part
Why don't we
cost.
just actually add up the entire cost of it and try to divide it up by the
Okay.
people that are using it?
We could see that, yeah.
100 to 200 for the faucet. And the grant money that's being directly used for that, is that right? Or is that just
Grant money is used just to pay for like, I wish I had the pamphlet for the waste management grant, but it's for using like reusable materials within your park. So
okay?
I think the changing table is covered
The
by that.
changing
So yeah.
table,
And then item C, the water fountain that we can use can be covered by the grant. It has to have the water bottle refiller because it's a reusing
Which is
part.
good.
So yeah, I guess we can look at the all of them through the numbers and see how much it is for like a plumber who would come and fix something that would be broken and
Yeah.
how much the part would be, and like, okay, well, if you average that every year, what would it be? And then kind of work that fee or something like that. So
I think
okay, if
most
you guys
people
are all
do
on
that.
board with that, at least moving
Definitely.
forward, we can look into that.
Great.
And then vote on, I put vote, I don't know if, in the ordinances for Indiana law, they don't really say what you have to vote on, but I guess with all decisions, you kind of have to have a majority vote.
Sounds
If
good.
that makes sense. But I was going to pull up the water fountain, which I believe I sent to you.
I haven't checked my email.
No, it's text, I think.
Oh, okay. No, I
Let
don't.
me verify.
You did send me a text with the water fountains. Is that what
Okay.
you're talking about?
Yeah, because
Okay.
I just wanted to.
I was like, but that was a while ago. So I was like, I
just
don't
wanted
remember
to find
seeing
an
anything
easy
new.
link because I
Yeah.
didn't want to Google it. So that's what we were thinking. That color, for some reason, is the cheapest option. It is also my favorite color when it comes to things. The only problem would be the behind is the what's it called? The hanging bulletin board. Thank you.
Mhm.
So that would have to be moved, and there is space on the men's right of the men's restroom.
Okay.
But we can move that too. So
Well, I have
this
pretty
can be installed.
extensive experience with bulletin boards at work. I
Oh,
use
really?
bulletin boards all the time.
Okay.
You got some
And,
masonry bits.
Yeah,
I should have everything. I got a
Yeah.
hammer drill. Got some.
Awesome.
Okay.
Hammer drill, masonry
Got
bits.
some-
That'll be perfect.
Tapcon,
so we can
we're
move
good.
that, and then they said the grant's like 7,000 and something, so that covers that. And I was going to email her, which I need to make a reminder, and clarify if the grant money can also be used to cover hiring the plumber to install it.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. Probably not, but I don't know what else to spend that on besides maybe potentially buying a new baby changing table if we can't fix it. But
I like that.
I don't know what else you could spend $2,000.
That baby
For
changing
I mean, I
tables?
can find something.
No, but that would be so like whatever we'd have left would be around $2,000 or
Okay.
$1,000, and I'm like,
To
well,
use for renewable.
yeah. So I'm sure we can buy a bench, but then that means we have to install it. So, I don't know. I'd hate to waste the money, but at the same time, it's not like it's that big a deal to spend everything up to zero. But if you guys have any ideas,
For
Eventually.
roughly $2,000 of a
Yeah.
reusable is for that
Yeah.
same grant, right?
unless the men's restroom has room.
I
for,
think it can be like made of reusable stuff
Yes,
too,
that's
right?
right. Yeah.
Like
Okay.
So I don't know, like maybe the men's restroom can have one.
Changing table. I mean, I actually completely advocate for that because I have to change them all the time, and it's very frustrating.
When there's not one there.
There's not one there. It's-
Maybe we'll get one then. We'll look at the cost for
Me too.
and a bit changing table too. Although I've never been in the men's restroom, so I don't know how much wall space you have.
Often not a whole bunch, just with the urinals in there. I guess that's the trade-off. I also like the recycled tire floor and stuff that they have for like different play areas. That stuff is really nice.
So that'll be G. Because I also love that.
Oh, you already have that there?
Well, just discussing projects for the future.
Sorry.
I'm like, yeah,
Yes,
fine.
that's great. I don't know if we can squeeze it in for the 2,000 for recycled materials. But yes.
For the whole park.
No.
That'd be nice.
If that, I mean, I would love to.
I didn't even think about that, using that grant money though to cover for that.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll come back to that.
so
Select
do
a
you
new.
want to vote on that?
Oh yeah.
Yes,
you
yes.
reminded me.
Okay.
Sure.
Yes.
All right, you
I'll-
brought it up. I'll second it.
There we go.
I support it.
Okay.
What is it? All in favor? Aye. There we go.
Aye.
Whoops. Okay, our
We're
first
gonna practice
vote.
this. We're gonna practice.
All right, selecting a new plumber. Central Indiana Heating and Plumbing. I was talking with him, and his name was Christian. He said that he really just does commercial, and wasn't really interested in having our job. So the only other person I thought about was JW Plumbing. Was that it? I think that's what they're called, is JW Plumbing.
Okay.
And having them come out and close the bathrooms. Because of cost again, I don't know about having them install the water fountain this year. So I thought, let's just purchase it with the grant money, put it in the garage, and then maybe have them come out in the beginning of next year and install it.
Yep. Plus, we're
So-
going to need it for the winter anyways. There's no,
Yeah.
no real point.
So unless anybody else has a recommendation for plumbers.
Nope.
Okay, I'll ask them about closing our bathrooms. Although I'm like, isn't it just like turning off the water? Is there any? It's not that difficult, right?
Well, it could be like doing with the RV system where you have to pour antifreeze through all the pipes because maybe
Okay,
you
I
don't
guess
want
I
them
don't know.
freezing underground.
Okay, so yeah, still rather have a plumber deal with it than any of us.
Yeah.
And then, so cleaning for having our fall cleanup day. Any October dates work best for all of you?
I think I'm fine for everything except for the 4th. Let's see. 4th or 11th, so 18th or 25th. If
Okay.
we're doing Saturdays,
Yeah.
it's better for me.
I don't
And I can
think
do any Sunday. Any Sunday is always great for me.
I'm pretty free.
Okay,
I don't.
do we want to do the 18th then? Because,
Yeah.
um,
I'll go home and look at my family calendar,
Yeah.
and if there is something that is wrong, I'll let you know. If not, then
Sounds
no
good.
news is good news.
okay.
Okay,
And then is that-
that's the Saturday fall cleanup, right?
Yeah, and then 9 to 11?
9 to 11 should be
Yeah,
good.
'cause, I mean, for my own sake, it's also like, I don't really want to be there very
That's
long.
fine. That's fine. We
'Cause
get
I
a lot
think-
of work done.
I don't think I've been to a fall cleanup. I only went to the spring one, which Haley, by the way, the garage does still look really good.
Oh,
So
good.
I'm
Good.
very thankful you guys did that this past year when I was not in charge. So it looks nice for us. But I think it's like picking up all the walnuts.
Yep,
Just-
it's picking up the walnuts and
branches.
the leaves.
So
Okay.
Yeah.
hopefully not together.
What's our method for that? Do we just do it by hand?
Yeah,
Does
there's
it
Ray.
develop any
Buckets.
good?
And she has like these little bag things, I think. We still have those.
I don't remember.
I
So-
don't know. And she has tarps and stuff.
Okay.
I have a
think-
golf cart that I can bring. I don't know if you guys are down for that. We can just
Cool.
load up the back of that with buckets.
Yeah, should we put it just in the trash can that's there? There's that big dumpster there. Do we put just everything in that?
I
The
don't.
shrubs and
Yeah,
walnuts.
I think she took a lot of that stuff because she had a pickup truck.
yeah.
And I have a pickup too. So I
Yeah,
can
so
bring that
we
and then
put like the
transfer it.
branches and stuff in the back.
Okay.
And then somebody wanted the walnuts, but I don't remember who.
Like for making like food.
I don't know.
No, dye.
Oh,
Yeah, you can make walnut dye.
yeah, they probably kind of
Yeah.
That's cool. I guess I can always post on the Facebook. If you are interested in the walnuts, let us know. We'll put them aside for you.
Sure.
Okay, so potentially October 18th, 9 to 11. And then for farmers market next year, are we interested? It kind of ties into G as well. Are we interested in doing it next year? Do we want to do a farmers market?
I mean, it was pretty sad the time that
Yeah,
I went. And,
I feel like
even the vendors seemed
it
like
was
I really
sad.
don't want to be here.
Yeah.
It's okay.
So there's, I don't know. Yeah, because I know people have like, I would love to have a coffee shop and like farmers market, but then yeah, people do.
In reality, they're not showing up. They're
Yeah.
not showing up for
So
it,
it's like a lot. I thought when looking at Lebanon and Whitestown, they did it during the week in the evening. I was like, if we were going to do it again, it was going to be in the Lions Park, maybe Monday,
Mhm.
once a month, like 5 to 7.
Yeah, I think that probably would be.
But do we want
more
to try to do
accessible.
that next year? And then if it fails next year, then we're like, oh, we're done. Or do we just see if people like not do it next year and see if people bring it back up, like what happened to the farmers market, and then be like, okay, we'll do it in 2027.
Yes, I like that. It's
You'd
like,
rather
can you
do-
revitalize
Yeah.
farmers market?
And you could see too if you reach out to any of the, if you talk to any of the vendors,
Yeah.
if they're even interested.
Some did say like, oh, let me know next year how it is, or comment was actually a lot of people who couldn't do it, and like, oh, reach out to me next year,
Sure.
kind of general.
Yeah.
Letting me know.
Because if we
When
could like get a sign out there that even like the sandwich board sign that says like,
Right here.
as people who are coming into town,
Yep.
going through town, that the farmers market is right here.
Yeah.
People just don't know it.
Because it's too far. I feel like
Too far.
it's too out of the way for most people.
And
They
Saturdays
don't know.
was just, people have so much other stuff going on Saturdays. That's why I was like, it's got to be during the week if we're going to do it again.
Mhm.
And most people are gone Fridays. It's like, do we want to do stuff on Fridays and Saturdays?
It's
Not
nice in the
really.
early part of the week too, because you can get, if you get like fresh vegetables and like fresh stuff,
Yeah, then you have
people want, you can like,
yeah.
use that during the week.
So I guess when I reach out to the vendors to ask like how the fish fry did, I can kind of be like, would you be interested in returning if it, and then specify that it'd be at this different park, it'd be at a different day and time, or was it just kind of, for some vendors, I'm sure it's too far.
Yeah.
But I was like, yeah, I didn't know.
Yeah, and I can help, quote unquote, supervise that. That was not hard. I was like, I don't
It'd
know.
be closer for us.
Yeah,
Just
it would
walk
be
right
way
there.
closer. Yeah.
Okay, so maybe just see if the vendors are interested, and
Mhm.
then decide if we want to do it.
If they're really not feeling it, let it
Yeah,
go.
and it's like, well, the people who actually came, like the vendors who actually came, don't want to do it. Then it'd be hard to get other people. But okay, we'll do that.
But I really do want to emphasize your point that you made about getting signs to actually advertise stuff, because I feel like a lot of people, myself included, sometimes just don't know that things are happening.
I know, and it's
You
so
know,
hard
until it's
because
too late.
I'm not really on social media at all
Same.
on Facebook, but here I am on this Thorntown social media, and I'm posting stuff. But then it's like, who's
A lot of people I think that would come to these events maybe aren't the ones that are on social media. They're
Exactly.
the ones that are just out there trying to experience stuff.
so it's like,
and they
oh,
want-
advertising at the library, advertising on this
Yeah.
literal
Just a few
big sign that
weeks.
we
Yeah,
have.
the huge sign.
And
Like,
then even the
who's in
bulletin
charge?
board, I think it is the library. It's gotta be, because they always have library.
I bet
stuff
that
up
they
there.
would let us. I bet they would let us like
I just-
sneak
I
in
actually
at
did
the
speak
They
bottom
to
put
line.
somebody.
birthday advertisements on there.
Yeah.
I forgot to put my husband's birthday. Oh, he was gonna be so mad if I did that.
No,
Oh, I totally
yeah.
forgot to put his 30th birthday on there.
It's actually my birthday today.
Oh,
Oh,
happy
happy
birthday!
birthday!
Yeah, I'm
Yay!
very excited.
September birthdays. You and 500 other people.
So many,
Yeah.
so many. Of us
My
out
daughter's a September. One of my little kids is the September birthday. So
there.
That's
Makes
nice.
sense. You know, it's a good time.
Yeah, so we can, even if we have any other, like, maybe at the start of the summer next year, when we do the summer programs again, if Veronica wants to do it, advertising that on the sign too.
Mhm.
So we'll find out who that.
and at the library, I think just even like a poster.
That's where I always see everything for the most part. Well,
Mhm.
granted, it's mostly about the library, but that's at least, where I'm
You get
checking
great
everything.
visibility on it, and then that one that Reddies are coming into town too.
Yeah.
Get some-
So, okay,
Something on there.
we'll do that. We'll try to keep that in mind.
Okay.
And then, so events and projects that we'd like to focus on next year. And my thought recently, I was at the library's they have like a play date they started this play date thing once a month. And there was a mom there. Never seen her before. I've gone to the library story hours for years, and she can never make it. And she was talking about wanting to meet more moms. And she goes into Zionsville, and they have like a trail event there. It's more of an organized thing, and there's like actual crafts and stuff like this. I'm like, I'm not trying to get that intense. But it was inspiring that I also do not use the trail here very much. And I'm really the park president, so I should be more on top of that. And that was, I think I might try to do next year. It would just like, I would start it and kind of run it, but it would be like a North Trail walking meetup for stay-at-home parents. So that was my contribution. It should be easy enough because I literally would text just the moms that I know from the library. Like, you want to go to the trail, and then advertise it. Well, okay, that would be a bit much to advertise it on the sign coming into town.
I don't think so.
You don't think so? I feel like stay-at-home moms come to the trail this date. But it would be a one.
I mean, why not? That's a way for people to socialize and
Okay.
get to know each other.
Be like,
Maybe I will do that.
we'll have to
not?
find
No,
a
I think it's
cute
great.
name for it. Like,
I put the strolling and rolling.
oh, that's cute.
Wow.
Oh, you worked
I
with
used
that.
AI to get that.
Oh, that's
My
awesome.
first time using AI. I was
I
like,
will
give
say-
me a clever name.
After the closer socializing thing, I made a porch thing with AI.
People have been doing that. Yeah, I've never
it's-
heard of that, and I thought that
It's
was so
great.
clever.
I actually started making it today after the design that AI made. So it is.
Like
So cute.
like you're doing a home improvement, or is it like decorating?
It's so it's like a walkway, wooden covered walkway with 2 raised beds on either
Oh,
side.
cool. Yeah, my
Yeah.
my across the street neighbors used ChatGPT
Yeah.
to design their.
I just
It
never
was like,
thought
oh,
about that. I
makes
thought that was so
sense. Yeah.
cool. And my husband heard about it from people at work who like sent pictures into their AI thing. It's like, oh, just draw a concept of like these changes, and the AI popped up with like their house and like the changes they made. I was like, okay, that's kind of cool. Technology. Anyway, so there's my one time of using AI. So I think I'll try to do that probably from like make it an April to September thing, just once a month, maybe like first of the month, if you want to come and just meet up, use the trail.
Very
So besides that, I didn't know what I would love to have at the park that like the base that all the new parks have, where it's just
Yes,
super
the-
user friendly
the
and it's
recycled
the
tire.
recycled tire stuff.
And it'll be so easy to get funding for that with the grant.
Yeah, so I didn't even
So-
think about that. That was a great contribution that maybe next year we could use the grant money. Granted, I'm sure it's got to be more than
It's very
$7,000.
expensive. But if we can do it in segments, I think that'd be
Yeah,
a good
so
idea,
I'm-
like under.
I don't know,
certain-
Haley, if you would be with us on redesigning the park at all. But that's also kind of
Yeah.
like a pet project where it'd be like
100%.
that, or not pet project. That'd be a huge project for us to do.
Some big pets out there, but yeah, no, yeah.
Especially if we don't do the farmers market, then it's like okay, we have time to plan.
That's what people really care about. That's what
Yeah.
they want to take their kids. They will play at the park.
Yeah, and I've seen a lot of people use that tennis court, Haley, by the way, and it's like oh, it's nice to see that
Mhm.
people are using it now. And
Yes, that's great. Was that you?
yeah, they did that. You guys did that last year, right? You repaved it.
Yeah.
So it looks good, and people are using it. So
I'm gonna go
one
for
day
sure.
the
I haven't played in a few years, but
I
I'm
know.
getting back out.
Well,
It's a little rough, but it's what we could get for.
yeah,
It was
we'll have someone at the U.S.
insanely
Open from Thorntown in a
expensive,
couple
yeah.
of years.
And it was really, really bad. So
I know. So
it's
it
got a
looks so
few
much better.
cracks, but it's.
So that's why I'm like, oh, it'd be great to like pair that with a nice looking park.
Mm-hmm.
And even at a minimum, if we could repave that road, which I think we own, there's this like alley road,
Uh-huh.
I
right?
think I know what you're
Right
talking about,
behind
access
Gravel
road.
one, is
And
it?
have that repaved. And my thought would be connecting with a bit more sidewalks and having the whole thing be the recycled tires. If we can't afford to do equipment, then at least having just like more connectivity between everything, and it's not all just like bumpy gravel and like
It's
I'm
hard if
pushing my
you're-
stroller
Yeah.
like this.
Have you any had? I mean, all this talk of money. Have you had any luck with Ethan? And because I was trying to talk, I was like giving my elevator pitch.
Yeah.
Because
Because he's
he's
so great at this.
yeah, he's
Oh.
really good at writing grants. Like that's his specialty. And he's like, I just don't know about the time commitment. And I was like, literally, I call myself like the dirt bag, like Parks and Recreation, because like I go to meetings and a quarterly volunteer opportunity is
is-
all I do.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, if all you want to do is show up on like the Zoom thing and then write
do you write
grants.
I mean,
grants?
you can see his house.
Yeah.
He should be able to be here once a month. But I think he could be more of like not even a consultant. Of course,
Yeah.
but that's maybe his
He's a grant
contribution.
writer.
It's
I don't
like,
think he's going to be there doing a lot of
yeah.
meet and
Which
greet
is fine
stuff.
because it's like you feel a need that we have. I can
Yes.
write some stuff, sure, whatever, but I just don't know how to plan a
No.
full redesign of a park.
Mhm.
What you like, I'm sure you need a park
I mean-
design. You need to get funding. You need to
Yes.
then like demolish it and like build it. Whatever. That's it. That's all I know. That's my 4 steps.
a decent
Let's get a
amount
new
there.
park.
But no, yeah, I think that at least as far as the contracts and the grant writing, he'll be extremely good at that.
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys. You sound like you're both kind of nerds, kind of very scientific
a
people.
little bit.
I definitely have a
Although
lot more
most of it's
creative
kind of
juice. So I mean, I don't know if we'd be looking to do the design for the park in house or if we'd actually want to hire it out to a
Yeah,
park designer.
I did, of course, start looking at like there are some park designing companies out there now.
Right.
It is crazy how cool some parks can be. And there's this one website, and it was obviously be like $1 million for some of their stuff. but it was cool looking and it was all themed and everything. I was like, oh, we could have a themed like mixture of like, Indian like teepees because of the heritage of
course.
the town and like
Yeah.
farming stuff. That was a bit much.
Turning leaves.
Yeah, it was a bit dramatic on my part, but yeah, I was like, I bet we could still design something in house, but you still have to like go through a park equipment company
Mm-hmm.
to obviously source what you want and then have somebody
Installation.
install it for you. So yeah, I don't know.
But at least as far as like like you kind of were mentioning, as like the grand design of the park, if we want to hire that out or something, that's going to be super, super expensive.
Yeah, but then at least we'd have like, okay, this is what we want, this is what we wanted to look at, and then they have the design, and here's how much it will be, and we could break it down between 4 years.
Get like this, yeah.
Yeah, like,
That's
oh, we
really
can
smart.
start with this part, and you start with the some trees would probably have to be removed. Though I do love that we have a natural element to our park,
Right.
instead of like most parks are just in the open baking in the sun. Just like, I want to go home.
But no, yeah, there could be some room for it to be.
But yeah, like you said, it's like we could keep it minimal and just do everything, design it in house, or we could have I'm sure there's a Carmel-based company
Yeah.
come out and consult for us. That does sound like a bit much. We are just Thorntown, but it would also be kind of cool.
Just
We're on the rise, though, aren't we?
I think so. And I think there's a lot of good things coming.
So then it's like, yeah, we can pitch it to the town council. Can you help us fund this? Because we're on the rise. We need a new park.
in preparation for all the people coming in.
Exactly.
I was worried about the town's ability to like fund itself. Do you guys remember? I think it was last year where they passed that new law that like if your town was like smaller than, I don't know, it was like some restructuring of, and it looks like a lot of small towns are going to have budget issues. I don't know if that's going to.
Allie was saying,
some stuff about
Yeah.
budget cuts. for
Allie was saying
towns
that
under-
they have to cut from the budget that they're going to submit.
Yeah.
And Corinne a couple months ago said like, oh, they were going to increase our budget from 12,000 to 15, but more than likely that will be cut because they have to cut. I think she said like $65,000 from the budget.
Yeah.
And so you're probably right that I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, it was something that like it was some like the state took away part of their funding and they were like, you can make it up by increasing taxes for your local community, but your town has to be bigger than 3,000 people to do it.
Huh.
So we
You guys have the
couldn't.
chance.
So just a loss of money. in
We
general.
could not do that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I was like, dang, which is why we need Ethan. Continue leaning on him, continue pestering him.
If he can come with his like, what's it called? Negotiations. Like, meetings have to be under an hour.
Yeah. Or
You
it's
can
like
only
he's
do-
the fourth member. So
We
I
will
tried
meet
to
your
like impress
demands.
upon him that like we only need 3 members to vote on stuff. And so like if you can't make it to 9 out of 12 meetings or something, like it's fine.
That is fine. We will accept those terms.
Yeah, it'd be
Give
like
us the grants, man.
we have 0, right?
Yeah,
We have
yeah.
0. If
Yeah.
you want to contribute 5%,
Yeah.
that would be better than 0. It's like
Exactly, yeah.
if all that you can do is just show up on Zoom occasionally and then help with a grant or 2, that would be more than we have
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
So we're not picky, beggars can't be choosy.
Yeah.
I think he has a knack for it.
I
So
think
Okay.
we can get him. We can get him.
Okay.
He was asking about it actually.
Okay. So he's still new.
hopefully I didn't scare him.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's it. Well, did you have any projects, anything you want to bring? Okay.
No.
I do.
Did you? What are you interested in doing?
So I would love to get a music at the park at least maybe once during the summer and
Okay.
fall.
Like a music
Music.
festival or
Yeah, so sort of just like
a jamboree.
Yeah,
Okay.
for sure. Whatever you want to call it. It wouldn't be a multiple day festival, but more of just like a celebration, a summer celebration.
Do you want to do the 4th of July thing again then? Because
Oh, I did not add that to the deal. I'm so glad you
What do
brought
we
that up.
got?
I've been getting emails from the Discover Boone County lady about planning 250th something, for next year. So I'm like, oh no, I feel like we have to do something. It's
Okay.
the big anniversary.
Yeah.
Well, I
of
know
our
a
nation
guy.
founding, duh.
I know a guy who's pretty big in the music scene. Jason Wells. He does a lot of stuff in like Darlington and Crawfordsville, and then Lafayette, where I used to play a lot of music. So I was going to reach out to him.
Yeah.
Would you want to do?
Because we
4th of July?
had
I'd make that like
Yeah.
for the
4th of
last
July.
2 years, we've been doing that 4th of July thing, and we've always had live
Yeah.
music,
People come out for
and
that.
people come out for
Yeah.
that. So
Right.
I'm just like, they might already be familiar with the concept, and if
Yeah,
we
and
have
I guess
to
we've
get
done it for 2 years, so
Yeah.
people will kind of be
Continuation is always
expecting
good.
it.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Maybe,
So that's 4th of
on
July.
4th of July.
and
Music.
we
I-
would just do hot dogs.
Well,
and-
so that's the thing. I know Robbie like cooked everything herself and brought it. I'm like, girl, no, I'm not doing that.
No. Yeah,
So I
keep
would
that.
probably like find there is in Lafayette, although he's kind of popular. I don't know if he would come. Famous Frank's is a food truck, and I was like, I would try to get us a food truck to go there.
I'm all about food trucks. I think that's the way to do it. I love anytime that they have like this little strip down here, or at this strip market, wherever.
Oh
wherever.
yeah, for
Where
what's it called?
where was the
the festival, they do it on Market Street, right outside my house.
Okay. And so the 4th of July one, you said, is that the 4th of July one you say is on Market Street? Right
No,
here? Or
the
the
Fall
4th of July
Festival.
is, where's that at? Okay, so
Oh,
where's
it's
the,
at the
4th of July?
pavilion at
Yes.
at the park.
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Which would we keep it there?
We could.
We might as well if
Yeah.
everybody expects that. Okay.
Yeah.
There should be room for, how many food trucks could you get back there?
That's the thing. Food trucks would be hard to get there.
Yeah.
Unless they would go along the alley.
We could move it to the Lions Park.
That's what, I mean, I would like more anyway. I think that's a lot more open. It's going to be more sunny in the middle
Yeah.
of July, which sucks.
Mhm.
And I think if it's the 4th of July, I think that is like the optimal time to do something noisy
Mhm.
without having people complain, because that's a noisy day.
Right.
Yeah.
It's good
You
for-
just
good
take
for-
it. Yeah.
I feel like certain people who live in that area
Will not like
will
it.
not like it. Do you know who I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
I
Yeah.
think so,
Okay.
yeah.
But that's fine. we
Um,
would expect that.
Okay.
Off camera.
Yes.
Okay, so maybe music jamboree, big thing.
At
4th of
Lions
July
Park.
at the Lions Park. Try to get a few. I would say minimum 2. But of course, then it's like, would we sponsor the food truck to where like people can just go and like eat for free?
So
Prob-
what I've heard that happened before is like if they don't make at least this amount of money, we have to cover the difference. If
Okay.
they make 500 and they wanted 700, whatever, we would pay the remaining 200. But
So
ideally, if this is an event that's already happened a few years, we
yeah,
should be able to
it's just that
guarantee-
people go because there's free food.
There's free food.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
So-
Okay.
Do we? I mean, the what if we hold on thoughts?
Yeah.
We get the Lions people to grill hot dogs.
That would be good.
Okay.
Oh,
And I could bring like chili or something like
Yeah.
that, because that's all that we did. We had hot dogs, buns, chili, and like nacho in
Okay.
like crock pots, and then we had like those boxes of chips
okay.
that you could take, and then like Gatorade in big packs. Reminder to get water, because several people complained that there was no water and there was no
I have
ice or
water.
anything like that, and people complained. I was like, look, it's free.
Okay, so yeah, maybe keeping. I know the Lions, when they grill, they sell their chicken.
Mhm.
So I don't know if we. I mean, we have our donation fund and whatnot. If we can like give them some money to cover the event, just so that we are not the 3 out there grilling hot dogs all day.
Mhm.
Which would be fun. But no.
But also at the same time, I'm usually gone on the 4th of July because my husband's family does stuff
Yeah.
for the 4th of July. It's
Nice.
tradition. So it's like, well, I hate to plan everything and then
Yeah.
just like again leave you guys.
I would definitely
So-
be. I am here in the evenings.
Okay.
I'm not here during the day because I always go to my brother's in Lebanon for
Okay.
the
Nice.
parade. But then I'm always back by 4.
Okay, so that's a good point, having it in the evening.
Yeah.
Because I was going to
Mhm.
mention,
And 4th is Saturday next year.
oh,
Oh, that's nice.
250th on a Saturday. Okay, so we also probably should sponsor some fireworks. Maybe look into doing fireworks. There's some teenagers in town who want to do fireworks. Right? We can
There's
hire
some
them.
teenagers. I set up. So I own that vacant lot.
Yeah.
I set up my little chair and watched these kids do it in the parking lot of the, what is that, the heating and cooling place.
Oh yeah. That's
They're
right.
great. They're fabulous. I'm like, how many
Maybe we
hundreds
should.
of dollars did you pay?
Maybe
on
we
these?
should. I don't know who that would be, but if we could maybe just ask them to. Because my thought with Discovery Boone County, they had an event, and I was like, I'm not going to discuss planning stuff. And my concern would be like, oh, Lebanon plans all this stuff, and everybody in Thorntown leaves and goes to Lebanon. But if the Lebanon has their parade in the morning, and then they might do stuff later, if we had our little grill out and music jamboree, and then maybe find somebody to do. I don't know what the legality there is on this.
And
But-
you just set up a chair and are you really not here for the 4th of July? Because this is like at this. I love my little white trash community because I swear to gosh, I just sit in my vacant lot and there's 360.
That is
Nice.
so awesome.
People spend so much money.
It's so free.
Yeah,
It's
people
great.
are serious.
Well, so that's why I didn't know if we would just be like, there will be fireworks in town. Just wait for it. Or if we want to actually
Yeah.
have somebody do a show.
Yeah.
But I guess if people do it, and it's going to be the 250th, so I'm sure people are going to go crazy. But okay, so as long as we have like those draws, and people will at least hopefully be in town, stay in town,
Yeah.
and attend to.
And I just think having stuff like people will hear the music,
they'll come
they'll
out.
smell. It's so much closer. I feel like Lions Park it's smaller, but I
Yeah.
feel like it's
It's
so
right in the heart
much
of town.
Yeah,
better
yeah.
for
Okay,
yeah.
I'm so glad you brought that up, Haley, because I would have completely forgot about that.
It's great.
Okay, so we have something kind of already, so
Couple
I can
big
email that lady
things.
back and be like, we're working
Yeah.
on it. Don't worry.
Okay.
Okay, so I think we're done. Oh wait, was there anything
Nothing
else for
else.
next
Nothing
year?
else. Thank you.
Okay, so you've done your pitch. We're good. Okay, so sounds good. We will call the meeting to an end at 4:25.
Okay.
Until even that, under an hour.
Text me right now.
Don't worry, we also have other things we want to go do. Not
I
be
gotta
here for a
go,
long